Okay, time to connect the mic. Quartic. What the hell? Connect. But did I break my charge? Oh no. I didn't. Okay, there goes 13 seconds. Okay, also, hang on, let me just connect my mic. So, I am gonna. Hang on, y'all. So, today is gonna be a special day. Why? Because we're not doing something normal like every day. No, we're doing something way more different. Today we're gonna react to a person called His Story. I bet all of you know him, even I know him. So, why does this keep, oh my, what the hell? Anyways, so guys, I watched his videos, but today I really want to watch his shorts. So today we're going to be watching his shorts, okay? 3, 2, oh my god, iPhone 7, he's almost at 5 million subs. I wish I could get that iPhone. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
A kid from school dumped maple syrup over my Canadian jersey.
Before we start, please like and subscribe if you can, and recommended get snacks and raise the volume now.
That's what you get, A kid from school dumped maple syrup over my Canadian jersey. That's what you get, maple syrup boy. The entire street
L bro for dumping the maple syrup.
turned to laugh, and I buried my head in my hands because I couldn't take being bullied for being Canadian anymore. I grabbed the 4th of July festival poster from the lamppost. Person with the most American spirit wins. I knew I had to win. That night, I ordered the 20-piece chicken nugget meal with a large milkshake to prepare to be as American as possible. I'd start every morning with a big gulp from 7-Eleven, and every evening I'd force myself to turn off the hockey game and watch football instead. But when I woke up on competition day, part of me knew it still wasn't enough to win. I threw on my flag shirt, grabbed a Dunkin' for the road, and drove off with no plan. But halfway there, something huge on a fence post made me slam the brakes. It was a bald eagle, staring at me like I owed it money. "You're not from here, maple syrup boy," I gasped, because I didn't know America had talking eagles. "What the?" The bald eagle stretched a wing toward its back. "Yes, this isn't Canada anymore. Unlike your ugly mooses, us eagles can actually speak. Hop on." I climbed on, and we shot into the sky. When we came down
This is like those videos where I farted in my dad's lung machine.
over the festival, and the eagle dropped me on stage. The mayor didn't even take a vote. "You win! Of course you win!" The whole town screamed
Just from an eagle. It's not even I don't know if it's American or not.
so loud
They just loved it and put it as American. Like, what the hell?
felt it in my chest, and my neighbor was chanting my name instead of maple syrup boy. So I threw my arms up and screamed the most American thing I could think of. USA! A kid from
You know what he should have said? What the fuck is a kilometer?
My dad walked into my room while I was mid-build
42K likes
in Minecraft and unplugged my computer. He showed me a text from my shop teacher saying I was failing. "You can't even pass the one class where you build things with your hands. No more computer until your grade comes up." When my history teacher assigned a project to build a 3D model of a famous landmark, my dad lit up.
Wait, does that mean he's gonna use the Minecraft? By the way, I watched this, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch this instead.
But it's about time you put your hands on something real. You better come home with an A. He dropped me off at my partner's house that first night and watched me walk in, carrying a bag of cardboard and glue sticks. His mom met us at the door and said, "Table's cleared off. Get to work." My dad saw us sit down through the window and drove
Your dad has a Mustang.
away smiling.
The most American car I can ever think of.
We tried. My friend glued his fingers together twice. And our Coliseum looked like a shoebox someone stepped on. His mom went upstairs, and my friend looked at me and said, "Just build it in Minecraft."
I knew it. Oh, my mic disconnected. Okay.
Within an hour, we had columns, arches, and an arena floor with tiered seating. We threw the cardboard in the trash that night. Every night after that, we went straight to the laptop. My dad would ask how it was going, and I'd tell him we were making real progress. He'd squeeze my shoulder and say, "That's my boy." One night, my friend's mom came outside and told him, "Your son won't stop until it's perfect. He's been pushing my boy the whole time." She wasn't wrong. She just didn't know what we were building. A few days before the deadline, my dad found the extra supplies he'd bought sitting untouched in my room. He thought I'd forgotten them. He drove to my friend's house and walked in carrying the bag
Oh
with a
no,
smile on
don't
his
tell me.
face. We were on the couch with the
Oh
laptop between us. No cardboard, no glue, no model, just Minecraft. His smile dropped. He looked at the screen, then at the bag in his hands. I've been telling everyone how hard you've been working. He set the bag down. I don't know why I expected anything different. He didn't talk to me for the rest of the week. When presentation day rolled around, I walked into class with the laptop in my hands. My teacher stood at the front and announced, "All of your parents were invited to watch your presentations." I looked at the back row.
why does your dad have to be at the back row? There is no way he's that mad. He should have been actually grateful because at least you build a con con at least he built what he said. So he should be a bit grateful. Not gonna lie, because I bet he would. I bet his guy would have injuries after all of that.
And saw my dad sitting with his arms crossed. I let out a
What the hell is that book?
deep breath. My friend and I walked to the front and I turned the screen around. We built an exact replica of the Colosseum block by block. Every arch, every column,
Block by
every
block?
seat in the arena. The room went quiet. My teacher looked at the screen for a long time and said, "This is the most creative project I've seen in years." She gave us an A. That night, my dad walked into my room and plugged the computer back in. He stood in the doorway for a second. "I'm sorry I doubted you. That's my boy." My dad walked.
Yeah, boy. Okay, y'all, I have to tell y'all something. I am gonna start working on the new thing that will actually let one of my stick figures talk. Each video, there's going to be a new stick figure. So stay tuned for that.
Walked into my room while I was mid-build in Minecraft and unplugged my computer. He showed. I walked into Grandma's house in a full suit
Oh, I
after
love
spending the
suits.
last 8 hours sitting. When I saw my mother with dementia had redecorated.
Oh
I
my
flew to
God.
Japan for a trivia
I
game
watched
show, but when I
every
walked out on
single one.
stage, there was.
Guys, listen, in the comments I will write what's his channel name so y'all can watch it. Since I will keep pausing and scrolling.
I walked into class early and saw Elliot at I was swinging. My nephew shoved.
I watched everything.
During my son's birthday party, our class was completely out of control. 3
Oh
days
my,
after.
what? Dang.
3
That's
days
the
after I
idol.
broke up with Jess, I made one wrong move with my.
Oh my God,
I
what?
finished my 500th push.
Did I watch every single one? Wait, did I
I
watch?
was sitting alone in class.
I think I didn't watch the. Oh my, L lag.
I was sitting alone in class when I noticed the hamster cage was hanging.
I what? Oh my.
I was stuffing my trash bag into the. I was defending a robbery case. I stood in the middle of my. I asked my.
Yeah, watch that.
I was on a public bus with my daughter when a
Okay,
man in a
stop
black
the
ski
video until I
mask
find
stood up,
something. I'm
pointed a
wasting
gun
way
at
too
all of
much
us,
time.
and screamed, "Everybody put your phone
Finally, I found one I actually didn't watch.
bag over my head." I screamed into the. I was walking home when someone grabbed me from behind and threw a bag over my head. I screamed into the fabric, but moments later, it got ripped off and I was tied to a chair. A big bald man stood over me. "Where's my $40,000? But I had no idea who he was. "You've got the wrong guy. I have 12 cents in my bank account. Let me go." His face twisted. "I remember your face from the casino. You're not leaving without giving me my money." But I remembered I had my mom's medication in my bag. I yelled, "I need to go home. My mom needs her medication. She can't even walk without her cane." But he scoffed. "I don't care about your mom. You've got until tonight to get me my money, or you're dead." I had no way to get that money. So the second he left the room, I yanked at the rope around my wrists to escape. I twisted and pulled until my
Bro, will your mom actually die?
skin burned, and one hand started slipping free. But then the door
Oh God.
swung open, and he stared right at my wrists, his fists clenched. Trying to escape, I expected him to kill me, but instead, he said, "Your mom needs you home? As a matter of fact, I'll go get her. If I have her captive, you won't try to run again." I screamed, begging him not to as he walked out. But moments later, he came back, pulling my mom by the arm. She leaned on her cane, tiny and shaking. He laughed. She didn't even fight because she's so weak. She walked right out to my car. He pulled her closer. "You've got 1 hour, or you're both dead." Tears streamed down my face. I couldn't give him anything, and now my mom was going to die because of me. "I'm so sorry, Mom." But then she grabbed her chest and collapsed to the floor. I screamed, "Mom!" The bald man's face went confused. "Please help her, she's..."
Oh. Wait, what if she's acting just so they can escape? I bet not.
Sick and weak, he rushed over and bent down to check on her. But then her hand tightened around her cane, and she swung it straight into the back of his head.
I knew it.
He dropped, and she slipped the loose rope off my wrists and pulled me up. I was shaking as she dialed 911. "Mom, I thought you were too weak to fight," she smiled. He bragged that I didn't fight him, but I didn't fight because I needed him to bring me to you. Then I could take him down myself. Then she whispered, "Also, your dad is the one who owes him the $40,000. I gasped because my dad and I have the same face, and we're both brokies. I was walking home
Like father, like son. Oh my.
when someone,
father,
a
like
star
son.
shot over our backyard telescope. The defending skateboarding. When I was homeless, I'd sit by the same store. The school bully walked around grabbing everyone's money. I found a dead body under. When I was collecting my son from his new school. Every time I was walking past the bridal suite, 3 hours. I was working as a waiter at Casa. I was sitting on the kitchen floor eating my mom's candy. But when I turned the jar around and read the label, my entire face went pale. "No way, I don't want this." My chin started trembling, so I ripped the label into 100 pieces. Then I threw the jar across the kitchen and started crying as loud as I could. My mom walked in with her coffee and froze. I cried out, "Mommy, I ate your favorite candy, the ones you eat every night." Her mug shattered on the tiles, and she screamed, "Wait, what did you eat?" My dad sprinted in and grabbed
Oh my god, no, don't tell me.
his head with both hands. "What did he eat? Some pills? I don't know. We don't even have any pills in the house." Mom put 911 on speaker, and they kept asking the same question. "Ma'am, what exactly did he swallow?" Mom snatched the jar off the floor, but the label was gone, and I was crying too hard to answer. So I started announcing my symptoms. "Mommy, Daddy, my tummy feels warm." Dad's face went white. "My legs feel funny." Dad sat down on the floor. Mom
Oh no.
yelled into the phone, "Please hurry and get here." 2 officers barged in like it was a hostage situation. "What pills did he eat?" My parents shook their heads since no one knew the answer. But one of the officers looked at the shredded label on the floor and smiled. "I know what to do." She gathered every piece, laid them out on the counter, and started sliding them together like a jigsaw puzzle. My dad just whispered, "Please let my son be all right." Ambulance lights started flashing through the window. That's when the last scrap slid into place, and the officer read it out flat. "Get pregnant within seconds. Guaranteed." The kitchen went dead silent. Mom blinked her eyes. "Wait, those are my fertility pills." Everyone slowly turned to me at once. "That's Mommy's favorite candy, the one she takes every night before playing on the bed with Daddy." I looked down at my belly and asked the very thing that had been making me cry. "When do I give birth?"
Wait. When mommy play, oh, no, 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 no. Okay, y'all, so I was busy for a sec. I just checked the time. We only have one more video.
The engine stalled. I stepped on stage at the weightlifting competition and lifted 480 pounds over my head like it was nothing. But the judge just grinned and hit his red light. "That was a terrible lift. I saw your elbow twitch." My elbow hadn't moved an inch, but that was one of my 3 attempts gone, and my eyes fell on my girlfriend sitting in the front row. She'd told me that very morning in clear words, "I only date strong men. If you bomb out of this competition, we are done." So I had to complete this lift no matter what. I stepped into position for my second attempt, but the judge marched onto the platform and yanked my belt right off my waist. "This belt is illegal equipment. I'm confiscating it." Someone in the crowd murmured, "Isn't this unfair?" But I saw that my clock was running out, so I stepped up and lifted it raw anyway. "Take that." And it went up even smoother than the first. The crowd roared, but the judge grabbed the mic and announced, "Don't be fooled. It only looked easy because the bar was loaded light, so that lift didn't count either." The arena went dead quiet, and my girlfriend
That's unfair.
covered her mouth. But then the staff member who had loaded the plates brought a scale on stage and weighed the bar. 480 pounds. My face brightened because I could finally save my relationship. The judge's face was getting redder and redder every second. But instead of turning his light white and giving me a pass, he threw off his blazer and roared, "Fine, I'll demonstrate what a legal lift looks like." I watched in disbelief as he chalked his hands and gripped my bar. His whole body shook. Veins popped out of his neck, but somehow he lifted the bar straight over his head and grinned at me. But suddenly, his arms buckled. The bar dropped straight down toward his face, and the whole arena screamed, "No!" That's when I lunged in and caught it mid-air. I pressed it over my head for my third attempt while he stared up at me from the floor. My girlfriend rushed the stage and jumped into my arms, but then she turned to the judge, still flat on the platform. "Dad, are you..."
Anyways,
Okay, my jaw
what
dropped.
the?
He sat up slowly, looked at the two of us, and let out a long breath. No man was ever gonna be good enough for my little girl, but you just saved my life. Then he took my wrist, raised it to the crowd, and hit his white light. That was a perfect lift. I stepped on.
Yo. Okay, also, see you in the next video tomorrow. I'm gonna react to the amazing digital circus and maybe make some other videos. See y'all later.